Update: my future brother-in-law jizzed on my wedding dress and said that I am a low-level woman for being angry about what he did. Now, he is uninvited from our lives. The wedding is off. James and I are taking our closest family members and friends to a local town hall. We're getting married low-key, just the way we wanted, and we're having a huge party a few weeks later for everyone who wants to celebrate. My sister and mother-in-law are making me a new dress for the ceremony and the party. It's gonna be less traditional. I'm gonna wear a cape and a flower crown instead of a veil, and it isn't happening in a church anymore. Also, my sister got engaged. Thankfully nothing happened to my veil because it was my mother's, but I'm giving it to her regardless. She absolutely loves traditions, so I'm actually really glad that she gets to be the daughter to walk down the aisle wearing our mother's veil. I'm walking myself into the hall and my sister is officiating. I live in a small village where everyone knows everyone, so we have permission to take half an hour to do things how we want in the venue. It's definitely better this way. My sister is a seamstress, so she's making me a beautiful cape, and she's helping mother-in-law with my dress. I've seen the concept sketches and I'm so excited. It's everything I loved about my previous dress and more. I don't even know how to thank them. My father-in-law is getting us a whole pig to spit roast for food. My sister and I are making the cake, and I've already had the reception location booked for over a year, so that's staying the same. The bonus is we're getting married sooner. We hadn't paid for anything but the reception location, the bridesmaid dresses, and the flowers. The location was pretty expensive. It's where his parents got married, so our parents split the cost between them so we could have that location. It's really sentimental and I'm so grateful that they've done that for us. Anyway, back to the problem at hand. James confronted Dan last night. I wasn't there. I was with my parents. He asked what Dan thought of the dress, and Dan immediately asked, "Is Callie sure she wants to marry you? There are better options." James asked if Dan knew anything about the stain, and Dan couldn't stop laughing. He thought it was hilarious. He thought it was funny that James and I were angry. Apparently it means I'm a low-value female. Supposedly, it was a test to see which I valued more, the dress or the marriage. Obviously I value the marriage more, but because I was upset about the dress, Dan thinks that means I'm more focused on appearances. I don't know everything that happened, but Dan was kicked out of our house. I heard parts of the conversation on the doorbell camera. That's when I heard low-value female. Dan said that James is a loser who was never attractive and never put effort into his body, so he doesn't deserve me. My sister eventually took my phone away from me so I wouldn't stress over it because I was watching this all happen on the camera. She then sat me down, fed me chocolate and gin, and we watched Hot Fuzz. My in-laws were informed by James. I wasn't privy to what was said, but I've since received texts from both of them. Mother-in-law is humiliated. She has always been Dan's biggest fan. She initially thought it was a mistake, but was shown the literal confession on the camera, and then felt awful. I feel really sorry for her. He was always her little boy who played the sport she loved and did her hometown proud, which is where they still live. She said she was more than happy to pay for the cost of the dress and help my sister make a new one. She made her own wedding dress and it was beautiful, so I'm really excited for this now. I can't accept her offer to pay for it, though. As sore as I am about the price, it wasn't her fault. Father-in-law hates technology, so I was absolutely gobsmacked when I received a text from him. He usually either calls or turns up in person. I think James told him I wasn't ready to talk about this. He said that because of what has happened, he considers me more of a child of Dan. He's disgusted that his own son would do something like this. It's not the way he raised him. He's the worst with technology and he asked me to block Dan's number for him next time I'm round. I won't lie. I shed a few tears. I'm spending Christmas with my parents, and visiting James and his family on the 27th, then staying with them until the 1st. Dan has been cut off by his parents and his brother. He's been uninvited to Christmas and New Year's. Unless he apologizes and puts himself into therapy, his parents won't talk to him. His parents have said they pay for therapy for him, but I don't know how he took that or if it's even happened yet. My parents-in-law offered to pay for security for the wedding, but we've changed the location and the date. Also, we've told almost everyone why. Also, as per my last edit on my previous post, Dan did wee on my flowers in my front garden the other night. He hasn't been back since his conversation with James, but police will be called if he does return and make a scene. I've since saved all of the front door camera footage, and screenshots of text conversations, and photos of the dress. Everything is documented and time-stamped. If he decides to try something, it'll be the police dealing with him. I'm also gonna be digging up my flowers and replacing them, likely with catnip or something like that because Hermes deserves nice things. He's always been really chill around bees, so I'm gonna plant some lavender too because we need to save the bees. I will be messaging the women he's in contact with at the moment. I don't know what I'm going to say, but I can't live with the knowledge that someone else could be hurt because of him.